Hello everybody, we are back. We had a week off. I think I told some of you guys about why we were off last week. I had an eye injury, or what they consider to be called a busted blood vessel, where I was lifting too many weights, and I thought I was Misha Davis, not Misha Davis, Misha Williams. Shout out to Misha. So, but it's better. It's still a little bit, and I just wasn't comfortable being in front of a camera with my eye bloodshot red, and everybody thinks somebody just beat the crap out of me. So we're doing better today. So we're here. I'm excited. We have our special guest today, Marc Jackson, owner of Kazoola, amongst other things. We're going to talk to him about change, how to sustain change, what's going on downtown, some projects he's working on that he's able to allow us to kind of chime in with him today. In the meantime, I'll talk to you guys now about what I have going on. Of course, my book is still available, Focus, Fearless, and Fighting, Nicole. You can go check it out on Amazon.com. You can check it out on Barnes & Nobles, on Apple, and there are several other distributors, but I know those are the ones that are the most popular and probably the easiest to get to. So head on over. The book is still hot. That information will never get old as long as we're raising children. So head on over to that. Also, I have a Juneteenth celebration coming up really soon, June 16th. I'm hoping it be just as big and nice as it was last year. This is the second annual Juneteenth celebration, focusing on the freedom of our slaves. And we all need to decide and start checking on the history of Juneteenth and come together and be beautiful. The theme is Welcome to Wakanda. I keep saying I'm going to have M'Baku and T'Challa there, just to crack a little jokes, but I think it's going to be nice. I'm hoping everybody join us. I do have tickets. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. Proceeds do go to my program, Kestra Scott's and I program, entitled the Six Figure Club. And I posted some things about the Six Figure Club and what we do, but pretty much that club, what it is, we involve children from any age and we expose them to how to make six figures. Because the school system doesn't pretty much give them as many tools or as much information as they can have, because there's so many job opportunities out there where they can gross to six figures. And the whole ordeal is to allow them to find those careers, gross to six figures, and take their own money and invest it within themselves, invest, period. And that way they can use their own funds to become entrepreneurs. That's the whole goal. So we expose them to colleges. We expose them to people like Jerome Carter to come in and speak with them. We expose them to people like Marc Jackson to come in and speak with them. So it's all about exposure, and the younger they are, the even better. So we don't have an age limit. We have a hackathon coming up really soon on the 25th. That's on a Friday that the students will participate in. We will soon also be taking them to the Museum of Justice and Peace. I think that's a part of history that they all need to understand and capture, because we don't know a lot of our history, so we will participate in that as well. So we have a lot going on. I hope you guys can participate. Oh, the Bake Black event is coming up June 9th. I think it's going to be as successful as it has been. This is my third one. If you want to be added to the email list, I will be sending out emails tonight. Drop your email below in the comments and I'll add you to the email list. We do have plans for that. It will become a private event. It's not open doors to everybody. The bank usually is not open on Saturdays. So if you want to be a part of it, send me your email. You can either inbox it to me or put it in the comments below and I'll add you to the email list. It's going to be really nice. Mimosas and muffins is what the theme is for that. We're going to leave there, hopefully go gas up at Eaton's again like we've done in the past, and probably go support Marc and eat at his restaurant after it's all over with to get a little grub into us. So, and we'll fellowship. We'll have a good time. We'll meet new people, and we'll figure out what it means to finally unite and become a community for once. So that's what we'll do. We know graduation is going on. Congratulations to all the grads. I have to give a shout out to my brother. Today is his birthday, as well as Shanda. Happy birthday, Shanda. That's my girl. So that's pretty much all we have going on. Take care of your babies. And when we come back, we have our guest, Marc Jackson. He's going to sit up and give us some information, educate us on some things. We'll be right back.
Recently, I was in a car accident, and my lawyer got me $3.5 million.
Stop lying! You're an actor! You know you didn't get no $3.5 million back! Tell the truth! Come on, baby! I'm attorney Jerome Carter. If you want to keep most of your money, call me right now. That's what I'm talking about, baby! Whoa!
Just trying to make a dollar.
Got a court case? Call Jerome Carter. If you want to win, call Jerome Carter. Every time I went to court with Jerome, I won. If you want to win, call Jerome right now.
are back. Welcome back to Inquisitive I Am. I am your host, Nicole, officially petite, and we have our special guest with us today, Mr. Marc Jackson himself. Let me turn around so we can talk to Marc. How you doing today, Marc?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm so excited you showed up. I'm just a little peon in your world.
No,
So
not at all.
I'm so glad that you came, and let's talk. What you have going on today? First of all, let's let everybody know who you are, what you own, and give us some credentials about Marc Jackson.
Well, that's a tough question. I'm just, Marc Jackson, a little country boy from Plateau, and just trying to make a difference in our community. And, I own, Tag Bar, rejuvenating Tag Bar and Lounge, Kazoola, and M-Dar Properties, which is my real estate holding company.
Okay.
And so that's about it now. And,
Okay, well that's interesting. Well, let's talk about Kazoola, because that has become Mobile's one of Mobile's favorite places. You've ended up in the Laniac. Nothing but great reviews so far. Talk to us about the history of Kazoolas. How did that become? What made you say, I want to open this bar, I'm going to name it this, and I'm going to invest in the history of Africatown? By the way, guys, we grew up together in Africatown Plateau Magazine Point, so we go way back. But in the meantime, let us know, how did you come about with that?
Well, it was all about just preserving our history. I had spent 22 years working in banking, and I just didn't want that to be my tomorrow. I knew if I continued to do what I was doing, I was going to get the same results. And it was about a legacy, leaving something, that we can pass, and honoring the folks that came before us. And so that was, really what I wanted to do, and just help change the culture, where we can have a spot that marvels with other places throughout the country that we will be proud of. So that was kind of what I wanted to accomplish.
Okay, so who is Kazoola? Because there are still plenty of people who have no idea who Kazoola is. They've seen the paintings on the wall, they've seen the artifacts that you have. Who is Kazoola?
Well, Kazoola is the last enslaved dwelling in the United States. And so after the slave trade, they settled. I think most people know the story of now, but I just wanted to recognize Africatown and the contributions that he made to the community and others. Mobile County Training School, which is the first black high school in the state of Alabama, and and just talk about our history of Africatown, so we can have something that we're proud of.
Okay. Awesome. So, is it safe to mention what you have in the back of Kazoola? Can we talk about that?
Oh, talking about the cigar?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So right now, the cigar lounge is probably about 90% complete.
Okay.
So we just we're waiting on the final on the health inspection, and then we'll be able to put the bar and cigar stock up the humidor. So hopefully soon, in the next month, hopefully it'll be open and running 100%, rolling.
Okay, you guys look forward to that. That's something that I can't wait for. I'm very interested in. So far, we've been calling it the Hit House. It was probably not the best name for it, but it's a comfort. Is why I think a lot of people have decided to call it the Hit. I enjoy calling it the Hit House because it's kind of nostalgic. Okay, it's good. It's nostalgia for me growing up, so I enjoy calling it the Hit House. But I'm very excited about that, you guys. Make sure you pay attention to that. Come through, hang out, smoke your cigar, have your brown cognac, and I think that's going to be a wonderful thing. I do want to talk to you about change. We do have a lot of changes to make. I think some of us, and I hate using the word conscious because people tend to take that out of context and they'll use the word woke. I prefer not to use that word, but I will say conscious of your surroundings even, and knowing what's going on around you and being educated about what's going on around you because you begin to make better decisions. What type of changes do you see so far in the city of Mobile that are positive change with the entire community, with everyone in Mobile? What positive changes do you see? What positive changes do you see us sustaining as a whole? What type of advice do you give us for stuff like that? Because we see you making the change, and I don't mean to interrupt, but what I see Kazoola as is a place for everyone to migrate to. when I go visit Kazoolas on the weekend or even on a weekday, everybody is in there. Of every race, every culture, everybody is enjoying it. There's no bickering, there's no race car, there's nothing, everybody is happy. So a lot of people look at Kazoola as the place to migrate and enjoy just life, just celebrate. You know, you have birthdays, people enjoying birthdays. So how do you, or what do you suggest as far as what changes you see, and how do we sustain those changes?
Man, that's a tough question. It's
You
got
can
a lot
have
in
it.
it.
You can
but,
have it.
I'll try to answer it.
Sum it up as much as you can.
You know, what changed? Well, you mentioned it, the Hit House, the cigar lounge. It's not about the cigar.
Right.
It's about the conversation. What it does, it drives people together, and it's not TVs and so forth are not around, because it forces people to talk.
Absolutely.
And when we talk, we can find out how much we have in common, how much we have versus the few differences that we have. And then we can talk and get to know one another. And when you start getting to know one another, you can find out how much you have in common, and then you'll be more able to work together.
Right.
And so that's kind of what that venue mindset, thought process is, to try to make that come to fruition, is to well, anyway, that's
the change you see.
the change.
So how do we sustain it?
I think about this every day. I sit up at night and think about how we're gonna. I want everyone to do well.
Yes.
And so when you see things that we're doing that are not giving us the results, you kind of want to put things in place so that we can see the change that I know that we deserve.
Yes.
So how do we do it? I think being methodical.
Okay.
And not having so much of emotions, but
Yes.
but I just think being methodical to what you want to create, and have vision. And then you got to have some people. I think we need some leaders that people will follow, and have a plan. And I think we've been working from behind so long. We're
kind of content.
We content.
With being behind the scenes.
Yes.
I appreciate that. You said something that, of course, that resonates with me often, and I speak of is our emotions. I always say we are emotional creatures by nature. We don't know how to separate strategy or being methodical from emotions. So that made me feel good to know that you feel the same way. So if y'all don't listen to me, maybe y'all listen to Marc Jackson, because he's proven what he's capable of doing once he sets a vision. And we all can learn a lot from that alone. So I appreciate that. So we're going to go to commercial break. One thing I will say again, I do advertise HBCUs. I'm glad everybody's going off to college, but I am an HBCU advocate. If you have a t-shirt, an HBCU gear that you want me to rock, please give it to me and I will rock it. We don't see enough of HBCU paraphernalia around, so I want to try to push as much of that out there as I possibly can. But we will be right back, and we will close with Mr. Marc Jackson. Stay tuned.
I think you need to call Jerome.
I'm Attorney Jerome Carter. Call me right now.
Come on, come on, come on.
And we are back. We will close out today with what Marc Jackson has going on in the next few days, few months, to share with us, to let us know what we should participate in and what we should be involved in. So Marc, what do you have coming up? Whether it's next week, next month, what should we stay tuned for? What should we be watching for?
Well, your event, Juneteenth, so I'm excited about that.
I
think,
am.
One of my goals and dreams is to make that, one of the largest events of the city. And so we're going to be pushing that. And I don't know, like today I went to Mobile County Public School System to try to figure out how the group, the cigar guys, how we can do mentoring.
Oh,
because we believe that is important and it is needed. And so, right now I'm just trying to figure out what is my next purpose in life. You know, so I spent 22 years in banking, and so what is the next chapter is going to look like? I know at the end of the year, you know, I'm looking at buying barges because I realize that the port is expanding. So I want to be able to capitalize doing that growth, and so hopefully by the end of the year to be able to have some barges and in the Mobile Bay.
Oh, wow. Listen, y'all, this man has so much knowledge. I learn so much from him on a regular basis. When I have questions or when I need advice, I shoot Marc Jackson a text because I know whatever he tells me, he means it. He's going to always give out the best advice. He never shuns anyone, and he wants the best for everyone. Genuinely, he wants the best for everyone. So, with that being said, we're going to close out with you guys. We look forward to seeing you at the Juneteenth celebration. We look forward to seeing you at Kazoola and soon to be the Hit House once it opens up, where we all can come together, fellowship, make change, sustain the change that we're trying to make as a community, and let's live life to its fullest and be happy. Thank you guys for tuning in on Inquisitive I Am. I am your host, Nicole, officially Petite, and we'll see you guys next week.